And do you have anything else in the pipeline that you're doing in terms of acting or developing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm developing that movie that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go. Actually, I was talking with Adi the other day because I want to, hacer el guión, write the script and everything of the whole thing. Because I have a lot of love for this project, and I know it's gonna really work. Is the one I told you about La Perla, about these two kids. You know what I'm saying? That these two kids that they come from, from the bottom of the bottom, and the reality of this story, the crazy thing about this story is gonna be, something that's gonna help a lot of kids these days, because a lot of these kids, bro, they killing each other, man. What's going on in Puerto Rico right now is crazy. So it's like the best moment, and not only in Puerto Rico, in the whole world, to show people the path. If you go this way, you know what's gonna happen. If you go this way, you know what's gonna happen. And we gonna have, and these two kids, Bonitillo y Tostado, these two kids, they both have they take two different routes, and you see what happens to both of them. So I think people need stories like El Ganador and this new movie that I want to do, La Perla, so people can learn about, these kids can learn about what they got to do in life, bro, to make, what I'm saying? This is serious, man. People are dying, bro. A lot of kids are dying. And the only reason why I do these stories, I want to do these stories, and obviously you put me up to this too, you know what I'm saying? I fell in love with the movie scene and everything because of you, is because if we do things that inspire people and show them and make people want to change their lives, bro, we doing a lot more than money and business or anything, bro. That's what we got to do. Yeah. Everything I do is to inspire people. Everything I do is to change lives. So if we make this story, and just like we did with El Ganador, touch kids all around the world, man. And you know how many people stopped me in the streets and told me, yo, Nicky, thank you for El Ganador. Because, my brother was going through this, and he watched it, and it changed his life. Bro, we did, man. We could die like kings now. Just because of that. Not because of any accomplishment. It's because we change lives. That's all we got to do. That's what it's all about.
And save lives.
Yes, sir.
Not to put pressure on Nicky, but Nicky is one of the guys that I feel is going to be the face of that generation, especially on the film in front of the camera. It's like a lot of the guys in our culture don't understand the business, don't understand. Like, Nicky was smart enough to understand. Like, when you look at 50 did a book called Hustle Hard or Hustle Smart, and he talked about how when he was trying to build the television business, a lot of rappers didn't understand, because it's like they see themselves up here in terms of the music, and they don't know how to make a sacrifice to open up a new market. And he did that for power. He did that for certain things. And I tell people, I said, Nicky was the biggest artist in the planet at that time. The money we gave him for El Ganador, he's spending that shit on fucking a couple of planes and 1 or 2 watches. But he knew that it was going to be a life-changing thing. He knew it was going to make a difference, and we need more of that, And
yeah, the end of the day is you got to understand, when you come in, when you a singer, and what do you think, Bad Bunny, they gave him millions of dollars for the movies he did? Nah, man. Yeah. But he did it. He didn't need the money. He didn't do it for the money. No. He did it because he wanted to be a part of that world. He wanted to. That's in his resume. To say, hey, I did movies with Adam Sandler. I did movies with Brad Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's the end of the day. That's what counts. What you did in this life. So, for me, I don't care about no money when it comes to Hollywood. I just hate the casting situation, bro. I hate it so fucking much, man. Oh my God, man. You sitting down in front of 2 fucking ladies, they look at you like they hate you, and man, it's a process. You gotta do it.
Did you have to audition for Bad Boys?
Of course I did, bro. And it was the most embarrassing. Yo, it was really. No way. I had to do the part where they're like, they put the finger in my head, and I'm like, fuck you. And then these 2 ladies are looking at me like,
I mean, face.
I don't give a fuck about what you say. Shit, look, all that shit in front of everybody. And it's not, bro. That shit ain't easy, man. That shit ain't easy, but it's the best casting I've done, actually, to be honest with you. And it's funny because I put Will on the World Cup song, and I put him to perform the World Cup. I thought he was not gonna make me do the casting thing. Hey, man, motherfuckers is professional. Motherfuckers is professional.
Hold on, you did that, and then you had a. I thought you did that, and I thought you got the pass. I was like, thank you for the World Cup. His Bad Boys 3. I put him in
the World Cup because he never did the World Cup. So this is me doing something for him he never did.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, I'm killing the game. Like, yo, you want to be in the World Cup? He's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm like, all right, but perfect. I'm going to get that movie. And I heard him talking about the movie. He's like, yo, Yeah, we doing Bad Boy. Yeah, we doing all that. Yeah, right.
This guy is
You gotta
funny.
do stand-up.
Bad
You gotta
Boy.
do stand-up. You gotta do stand-up.
And I'm over here listening. I'm like, yeah, you doing Bad Boy? Well, you doing the World Cup, motherfucker. We go to you and be like, yo, I heard you doing Bad Boys. And you know you doing. What you doing in Miami? You know you need a Latino in Miami.
I live in Miami.
I'm here for you. Anything you need. Yeah, right. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. And then he calls somebody. He's like, yeah, make him do the casting. I'm like, do the casting. All right.
Wow.
I didn't do casting for Triple X, but it's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. No problem.
Wow.
It's funny because every time I have an interview, I say I was doing Triple X with Vin Diesel. It sounds so awkward. Triple X with Vin Diesel. That's a pause right there. Like, pause. I did Triple X with Vin Diesel. Everybody, pause. The movie. Pause. Diablo. Shit.
Tú tienes una canción con el hijo de Will Smith también.